let's move on to the last bowl, the final bowl on Saturday, and that's the Sugar Bowl between number 7 Baylor and number 8 Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 1.5-point favorite here, over under 55.5. This game will be played at 8:45 p.m. Eastern on ESPN at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. The big news here is Matt Corral will play, projected first-round draft pick. It's just the type of guy that he is. He came out and he said he's going to play. And offensive coordinator Jeff Levy, he's expected to take the same position at Oklahoma under new head coach Brent Venables. With Baylor, it's all about who's going to play at quarterback. Shapen, Bohannon, and he believes, Dave Aranda, head coach, believes that the latter will be healthy by New Year's Day. The Ole Miss defense was a lot better than I thought this year. Some of their advanced metrics was like, wow, this is where Ole Miss was. Now, poverty run D, but they were tough. They have some really strong numbers against pass. They cannot defend the run, which is really troublesome against Baylor here. But bend don't break defense. They can get some pressure. They were decent against the pass this year. You can hit some explosives against Baylor, which is I'm assuming Ole Miss wants to do. And the biggest thing that I noted here is Baylor is a super snail and Ole Miss wants to go super fast. Like, this is the biggest tempo contrast of any bowls. Ole Miss, those just tested. Like, their top 10 strength of schedule, Baylor average national strength of schedule. And like, Baylor's their road wins this year, Texas State, Kansas State, and that's it. And then, then they got Spencer Sanders gifting them a game, and then they get a stop at the goal line on a neutral field. It's like, I just haven't been impressed with what they've done away from home. I don't have a strong feeling here. I'm leaning Ole Miss. This line is just telling me that Baylor's going to win, though. I'm getting that odd feeling, but I don't have a strong feel in this game yet. I assume Lane's going to have a pretty damn good game plan, though, with in a bowl with a lot of time to prepare. You should see a few tricks up his sleeve. What do you see here?
I didn't understand the opening total whatsoever. The opening total was 50.5. I thought that was a huge mistake. It's a number I make it 58.5. We've seen it rise as we record right now. It looks like we've eclipsed the key of 55. We're up to 55.5. I would still take the over. I make it 58.5. So I'd play it up to 59. These two guys know each other extremely well. Dave Aranda knows Lane Kiffin, back to the Alabama days, back to the LSU days. Lane Kiffin knows Dave Aranda and knows how to scheme and game plan for this. Not to mention Matt Corral's playing. Not to mention Ole Miss will give up as many available yards as possible for the rushing success rate defense, 124th in the nation, bottom 10 in line yards. They don't cause any havoc whatsoever. But what they have gone to is a two-man defensive front and dropping literally 9 players into coverage. So they're just daring Bohannon or Shapen to run the field and get as many yards as they want. So I expect both of these teams. Ole Miss will be very well prepared for what Aranda is going to throw, the multiple formations and schemes and the blitzes. I think Matt Corral will be just fine. They're going to go up tempo to keep some of that, to keep that communication going on with the defense and what they're going to do. They're going to, Ole Miss is probably going to go as fast as possible, number 2 in the nation in plays per minute. I expect them to live up to that to try to avoid some of the Baylor blitz and stunts that they're going to throw. But overall, this game is about prep, and both these teams are going to be very well prepped for what the other one wants to do. And Ole Miss doesn't play any defense. And both these teams are really good at getting points on the board. So, for me, I'm taking the over here still on this game. Took it early, got it on the app. I'd still play it up to 59. As far as the winner goes, I think this is a live betting game all the way. I think this is a possibility. You could probably get 7 on both sides, maybe 6 on both sides from a live betting standpoint. So, projection Ole Miss -2.5. That's not enough to get me to buy into -1. I'll be playing the side live, but I just love the over here. There's just so many things from poor tackling grades, from poor grades against explosive plays. I see points here.